If you want to know how to make a gumbo, watch this. Now, I already showed y'all how to make a roux. If you didn't catch it, go back and watch the previous video, because we moving on. Now, after you get your roux done, you want to go ahead on and add your seasonings, onion and bell pepper. Once you get your seasonings added, mix it up, and then add your stock. I made a homemade shrimp or seafood stock, as some would call it. If you want to know how to make that, put it in the comments. But anyways, once you get your stock added to your roux, you want to go ahead on and mix it up, and it's going to start getting thick. But don't worry, you're doing good. You're doing good. Just go ahead on and add some more stock until it loosens up and it start looking like this. And you're going to add some water. Now, depending on how much gumbo you're making, that depends on how much roux, stock, and water you're going to need. Once you get your water in your pot, you want to go ahead on and add your seasonings. I season mine with my own seasoning, Rockin' Food Cajun blend, cayenne pepper, seasoned oil, garlic powder, salt, basil leaves, and bay leaves. And don't come on my page talking about that's a lot of seasonings, because this is a big old pot. And I seasoned it till my ancestors told me to stop. Now, after you season your gumbo, you want to go ahead on and let it boil for about an hour and a half before you add your meat. And I told y'all this was a big pie. But anyways, I add my sausage first because I like my skin soft on my sausage. And you want to let this boil for about another hour and a half. Now, while this is boiling, you're going to notice that it's going to be foamy in the beginning. But the longer you cook it, you're going to notice that the foam disappears, as you see here. Now, while that was doing that, I seasoned my chicken with my own seasoning, Rockin' Food Cajun blend, and garlic powder, and I put it in the oven. After my gumbo had been boiling for about 3 hours, I went ahead on and added my chicken. When your gumbo starts to come together, you're going to notice that a layer of grease will start foaming at the top. You need to skim that off, please, because nobody wants all that grease in their food. Nobody. Now, about 30 minutes after you add your chicken, you want to go ahead on and add your shrimp. And you want to let this marinate for about 20 minutes. Now, after you do this, you want to go ahead on and add your gumbo filet. And be careful with adding gumbo filet because it does make your gumbo thick. But really, gumbo filet is like the last part of cooking gumbo. After about 5 minutes of that, you could really turn your pot off, but they wanted crabs, so I went ahead on and I put some crabs in there. And you can put whatever kind of crabs you want to put in your gumbo. But in Louisiana, we use blue crabs, love. If you know, you know. But anyways, after you put your crabs in, you want to let that simmer for about 10 minutes. And then turn your pot off and just let it sit. But if y'all like my family and greedy and big-eyed, we don't like our food to just sit. We want to eat right after it finished. So I went ahead on and I got me a bowl. Put me some rice in there, got me some gumbo, and then I ate it.